Welcome to more Bound by Flame with me, Oni Black Mage. So, we just finished going through our first foray into the fallen elven city of Karalthus. We come back, and there's a lot of stuff waiting for us. Reunited with Sybil, got a lot of the king as answers. We had to kill the former king, actually, which I guess makes the prince the de facto king now. And, let's see. Now we're trying to formulate a few more things, and trying to root out a traitor in the camp.
I see, but it's still... I'll be going.
Alright, let's talk to Relmar here.
Just in time, Vulcan.
Haven't talked to this guy in a while.
What happened to you now?
To me, nothing. It's about...
No.
No. I mean, I'm not sure. I'll explain.
That's kind of creative.
Possesses a stone of souls, which contains the memories and emotions from all the greatest moments of his life. These stones are passed from generation.
It occurred to me that Sybil asked for side quests, but I had never actually talked to my other friends and seen if they had side quests to do too. I'm sure not only will it improve their mood, but also give me lots of experience. Because doing experience, like getting quest experience, is worth way more than just going out and killing people. Which I'm okay with, because that means that you're going to be more interested in developing characters, developing story, doing a bunch of side quests, rather than going out and grind killing. I haven't, or at the very least, I haven't seen any enemies that respawn worth grind killing. The respawn times aren't exactly like you leave an area, come back, and everything instantly respawn. It's not like that. Because I've gone back to certain areas and retreaded them, and some areas are blank again. Whoa, we're being invaded?
Aren't you afraid it'll communicate with its masters? Sir?
Oh, I see.
Your friend Edwin told me that she
So I was going to use her necromancy and try to talk to one of these things. That's kind of interesting.
You really can do some pretty weird things.
Listen, Vulcan. We're not going to turn down any information. If we can find out how to haul our asses out of the fire, I'm ready to make it talk.
If a fire breather doesn't need me right
No,
away,
I'd like to see what this interrogation brings. For all we know, maybe it can root out that traitor we're talking about.
Excellent. Let's start the interrogation.
Listen, maggot head.
Oh, Bud Captain, you're so silly. That's not how interrogations work.
That's not quite how it
Yeah.
works, Captain.
Alright, let's see.
Just answer questions like that.
Speaking of the traitor, we have a few clues talking from the sentries as well as Mathras, and as well as the king. So apparently the traitor in the camp is going to be somebody very low-key, somebody who is able to come and go and not attract too much attention, and somebody who is going to be at least
Really has left the area.
involved in the army, so they are pretty familiar with protocols and stuff like that.
And turning the whole city
And
into
Mathras
ice.
suggested checking the sentries, and there are a couple of sentries around here, so what I'm doing is, after this, I'm going to check out which one of these sentries are kind of weird, more than so than the others.
Talking about.
I see a flying creature, like the one in the swamp, and others. The image is blurred.
So the army is
Interesting.
being commanded by a tormentor now.
No, I don't think so. They
So there's
may-
another leader that's winged, but it's not a tormentor.
Attack the village.
No, but Black Frost will definitely have left.
What were the Black Frost?
Alright, let's see.
You have to understand that this creature's ability to comprehend is limited. From what I can see, it was told to keep.
So it looks like this undead right here is just a regular grunt, no big deal. It's really just more story stuff at this point.
The other living people must still be alive and under guard. And of course, that he be informed in
Does he know we entered the city?
this dead thing doesn't any. I think that he.
Interesting.
Oh no, he saw me.
Huh? Who are you talking about?
Oh, so Black Frost is counter-spying. You know, he's a pretty sharp guy if he's able to not only look at what's going on right here among his entire army, but also be able to detect scrying and stuff like that.
I must break the link right now.
Looks like he got outsmarted, Edwin. I didn't really tell us all too much, though, unfortunately. Hey, see, look how much just that little side thing got me. That much experience. Alright, much appreciated. Alright. Let's see what we can go ahead and do. I really should be responsible and save this point, though. Alright, everything looks pretty solid over here. The topmost one apparently summons a being of fire to go ahead and launch fireballs at you. I might want to save up on that. Let's see. I do like this one, Parrying Mastery. More time to counterattack, that's nice. Let's see, and then what's the one with the shield? I like that. Get back up faster when you fall to the ground. That's really useful. Alright, so that's what we're gonna do. Okay. So, interrogation of the undead is done. What we have left now to do is root out traitors as well as talk to the humans. Speaking of which, let's talk to Randall over here.
The mercenaries.
I'll leave you. It's like, don't talk to me, I'll leave you. I was hoping he'd open up with a conversation about a quest, but I guess not.
See, nobody's managed to.
Not before I've seen.
Alright, Buffalo. I don't know if he has anything useful to say.
Have you had time?
Yes, but they didn't say much. They were just as stupid as we were.
Do you think they'll stay?
I don't think they're...
What do you think?
That we are no more than fucking... We have no choice if we follow the rules.
For now.
Alright, well, nothing to say about the traitor, that's for sure. Or maybe this human soldiers, so nothing interesting.
We can't last too long.
Alright, Buffalo. I was hoping you'd be useful.
I'm going.
Alright, let's talk to our bud captain. Alright, here we go.
Have you heard about all this spy business?
Yeah.
Now, that would be priceless. If that...
Who do you think it could be?
I confess that at first I thought it
Let's
was
see.
your pal who looks like you just...
Mathras? Honestly, I don't think so. Do you think it's one of the scribes?
It's possible.
I don't think it's one of the scribes, because they wouldn't be able to necessarily come and go from the
Whoever
camp,
rules
I think.
has to know their way around.
Yeah, exactly.
Be scared to go outside. Most likely, whatever Commander Pointy Ears thinks is the one of...
That's what I say. It's got to be one of the Elven Sentinels.
One check with Buffalo. I saw him chasing one.
Considering the size of him, I doubt he caught the guy. I'll go ask him. You know, I think we're screwed.
I say if the commander really wants to attack...
We can't really surprise him because he knows where we are.
I have to go.
And he knows that we're right here.
Buffalo,
What do you want?
you were seen leaving the camp.
What business?
So I'm not
is that
spying
of
on
yours?
you, I'm just spying out for a spy. Let's just be nice here. I don't know why he's getting so defensive, though. I don't think it's Buffalo. He's too high profile to be a spy.
I'm not accusing you of anything.
Not to mention he hasn't been with his camp. He's not part of the Elven army.
I don't see how that can help you.
They told me that you were looking for someone.
Yes, the soldier who was on watch just over there.
Hmm.
He left his post. Was trying to follow him.
Interesting.
He knows the terrain better than I do. I followed his tracks for a while, but considering the number of dead walkers in the area, I decided to come back. I didn't want to give away our position.
Where did the tracks lead to?
Over toward the river, but don't bother. The guard already came
Okay,
back.
I think I will.
Over there. You could go and ask him yourself.
I guess that's what I'll do. Thanks for the tip.
Alright, let's talk to this guard. I guess it's this one here. Would you step in something, Sybil? Jeez. Okay.
Can I help you with something, mercenary?
I was told you left your post.
That's... no, never. Who told you such a thing?
You think I'd tell you? Come on, tell me everything or you'll really be in the shit.
All right. I left, but only...
I don't know, that's contradicting a lot of evidence. The Sentinel seems very suspicious.
I figured that was pretty suspicious. But I
Also,
didn't
he
brag
must have known that Buffalo left as well. which means I think he's the one Buffalo was tracking.
Didn't seem about to
And an
attack.
elven guard is the type of person that
In the
would
end,
come and go
he went
without
back
anybody
without
questioning
a scratch
anything.
and without saying a thing.
I think it's him. I'm gonna go for it. It can't be Buffalo. It's gotta be this guy. I think the signs are leading up to it.
Your stories are starting to piss me off. Time to die, traitor.
Anyway, we'll all
Ha! I was right.
today or tomorrow. What difference does it make? But I
See, Spiders, I played your Sherlock Holmes games. I know how to sleuth a little.
Yeah, and you'll be one more dead grunt in his army. Stupid idiot.
Oof, okay. If you're gonna play rough, no problem. Oh, he's weak. And down you go. I heard you caught the mole. Yeah, I'm right over here. Thanks for your help, Buffalo. Appreciate it. Doesn't even drop any loot. Man, useless.
Hey, Buffalo.
Yeah, useless guy. Whatever. I used to respect you, Buffalo. I thought you were going to be a buddy with mine, but nope. Alright, time to report this to the commander.
Vulcan, I hope you've...
Your traitor won't be a problem anymore. The bad news is you're down another soldier.
I take it you're implying it was one of
I mean, I didn't get his name. It was kind of nameless Sentinel number
The
6.
one on guard below our camp. Rest assured,
That
you won't
one
be
on
telling
guard
anyone
over there.
anything anymore. It'll have to be replaced, I guess.
I'm sorry for the false accusations made against your...
Oh, it just pleased me, huh? Elven justice is a swift thing.
This gift as an apology.
Alright, thank you.
I'll be going now.
Alright, Royal Guard armor. Let's see if that's worth it. Not bad, not bad. It has the exact same stats, though, as my Ranger's vest if I were to shift my upgrades over to that Royal Guard. See, because, yeah, the plus 10 physical resistance kind of makes the difference. And this one's definitely, the Royal Guard one is definitely meant to resist magic, which I actually feel I might want to be getting into because I notice a lot of these Deadwalkers, especially the Deadwalker leaders, are all using magic. I don't like 30% chance. I think I want to go ahead and wait until I upgrade my feat, and I think it gets like plus 40% chance to give me like a 70% chance of recovering my stuff. I think I'd rather do that. I could craft it, but I don't want to get rid of all that tainted steel. Nah, I'm gonna go with my Green Ranger armor for now. Alright, go Green Ranger, go. Let's go ahead and talk to the humans, and I think that's just about it for side quests. Actually, it looks like talking to the humans is a main quest. Baldwin, huh? Well, you certainly are true to your name.
And even more bullshit. Don't wear yourself out, honey. We're not gonna fight for these lazy elves.
You have to listen to me, please. I know you're angry with the elves for not entering the war earlier. But today, with their help, we finally have a chance to win.
With what's left of their army? You gotta be kidding, sweetheart. They got taken out once.
Alright, no catcalls, gentlemen. She's with me.
Black Frost is no longer here to support his army. And here's Vulcan. He'll be helping too. And as you can see, he is no ordinary mercenary. I beg you, please.
That's stretching it a bit much, Civ. I don't think that if we all band together we can win. I'll be honest with you.
You don't know nothing about war. All I see here is the remains of an army that I got no...
Let's see. Diplomacy, violence, threats, and then diplomacy through violence. Alright, well I'm gonna go with the diplomacy through violence. Let's settle this with a duel.
What better way to prove my worth than a duel? That's how we settle differences of opinion in my company.
I got a guy who should make you happy. If you beat him, I might change my mind. With what you got under your belt, who knows?
Sure thing. Oh, it's this guy, huh? Oh, these are deserters? Why are we begging for these? I guess we'll take anybody without desperate. He's on fire. You're dead. Bye.
Well, you can really back
And you're still on fire.
Who knows? Maybe with guys like you, we can actually win. We're with you, Vulcan.
Ah, see, that got resolved diplomatically. For whatever it's worth, we have these lazy bums now. Okay, let's see what else is alright, collect elven souls. Alright, looks like we have no choice. We gotta go back into Coralthus. Looks like we're gonna go in deeper, free some prisoners, reclaim some of our army, and break up the enemy forges. Alright. Just you and me, Sybil.
I've taken a tour of the camp, and it's like a...
Let's see.
Well, I'd be safer with a few dozen...
I could certainly build traps, sure. I don't think I have enough, though.
I'll take care of that.
Alright.
I'll leave
How many do you need? You have traps. Speak to the Bald. You get along well with Baldwin over there.
Agreed. Can I have a look?
Let's see, I thought he sold traps here, but I guess not. Eh. Man, this guy's a severe markup. I did not get that much cash back for my selling. Guy runs a racket. Alright, let's see. Okay, let's see. I don't quite have enough to forge a bunch of traps, and the ones that I do have I'll just save up for Relmar. Maybe if I go through the city, occasionally I'll find some free traps just lying around. So next time I swing by camp, I'll try to get as many materials and craft whatever I can for him. At the very least, I have a lot of gold now, so it should be able to help him out. I guess we're on our way back to the city now. Just gotta wade through a couple of these enemy patrols now, which is good, just a little bit of spare XP, never hurts. I have to say, the plot keeps moving at a pretty decent pace. The side quests aren't too much out of the way, and they're all pretty easily resolvable, some of which you can do early before the quest is even called for, and I like that, frankly. It means I can go through and be a little bit more efficient and expedient with completing this game. And I never really like it when RPGs in general, or any action game, well actually, let me pick that up. I don't like when any game just drags on, and it feels like it's slow, and it's just a chore to go through. Many RPGs fall through that gambit, where suddenly exploration becomes tedium, and suddenly fighting becomes grindy, you know? Raw metal, that's good. Need more of that. You constantly need like a good, healthy stream of stuff that you're looking out for, stuff you're paying attention to, stuff you're looking to complete, and not just like innocuous random stuff, like stuff that you feel is going to be useful. Like this quest is something that's going to help my relationship with Relmar. It's something that's going to help increase the war effort, you know? And it's something that I'm going to get a lot of experience and probably an item for. So it's worth it. It's not just do this and get a little bit of XP and maybe a little bit of gold. Nope. This is actually serving a greater purpose, or rather it's serving multiple roles. So it's worth my time and effort to do this. Not to mention, everything I have to do is on the way, so I'm not going out of my way. I like that sort of quest design. Alright, good. We can go back here. So now we're in Upper Coralthus. Before, all we did was just explore the library up here. as well as find where the dead king was. We never really had a chance to explore further. Let's see, if we just cut through, I believe, straight ahead. Oh wait, no, we have to go through back here. Okay. There's side quests around here, no problem. Where's that second 2 going to? Oh. Alright. More enemies. Man, those guys, they hit hard and they freeze. I hate these archers. I keep saying that every time we fight them, and it's true every time. Alright, at least we're basically getting used to them. These deadwalkers aren't the most dangerous. Oh, those must be the elves that I need to collect elf stones from. I never really noticed them before. But they really are kind of lying all around. There's another one over there. And there's another one over there in that cart. Bam. Alright. Yep, elf souls. Alright. No problem. I thought I was gonna have to like really scour, and maybe there were only 20, but I think there's probably more than 20 because they're all over the place. It looks like. Yeah, I must not have been here before because there's a lot of stuff I didn't claim here. Let's see, what else did I get? Nice, more armor. All right. By the way, speaking of, I know I was talking about E3, and I think that's really going to be the basis of conversation for a lot of the dead spots coming up, because, my goodness, there's a lot of things to look forward to RPG-wise coming out this year. Now, this month you have, let's see, coming out the 20th of this month is going to be Mugen Soul Z and Drakengard 3, both of which are PlayStation 3 exclusives, which is nice for the PlayStation 3 crowd. Let's see, later on in the year, the big 2 I want to say everybody's looking out for in terms of RPGs is Witcher 3 and Dragon Age Inquisition. And I have to admit, Dragon Age Inquisition is looking better and better every time I look at it. I saw screenshots for a lot of the new classes and a lot of the new armor sets for them. They look fantastic. They're fixing a lot of the problems that I had with Dragon Age 2, the steps that they took that went backwards. Dragon Age 2, in my opinion, stepped up in the streamlining of the classes and stepped up the way that the menu. I like the way the menu worked, actually. And despite how overly simple a lot of the fighting was, and how much I did like the faster pace of combat. Even though I didn't like cooldowns. I would have preferred a mana system rather than a cooldown system. Despite that, the one fight I actually really enjoyed in that entire game, and I kind of wish more were like that, because even the first Dragon Age wasn't that good in terms of this, is when you're fighting, I think it's like this giant rock enemy, the Rock Wraith I think it's called. When you fight that giant Rock Wraith boss, that is an awesome fight for a few reasons. One, it has multiple different phases and the enemy is changing its tactics, which means you have to keep up on your feet. Number two, it's the first and probably only fight in that entire game where you actually have to have tactics and actually have to stick to a plan and a strategy in order to survive. Otherwise, you will get wrecked. It's surprising because when you go through, you think you're just going to beat it up the way you do everything. Just run forward and hack it at the ankles until it dies and just keep healing. Then no, it doesn't work. That does not work against this boss. You have to employ timing and strategy, which is amazing. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I actually have to think for once in this game. It's not a mindless button masher. You know, more of that, please. I have to admit, I was thinking this game was going to be a lot more Dragon Age-like, and I think that perhaps that falls a little bit, not necessarily short, but it certainly is like it is. It's certainly budget. It's like a watered-down Dragon Age, which isn't a bad thing, in my opinion. It certainly has a lot of lore that's building up very well. A lot of the polish are mostly on technical features that can easily be accomplished with like a better engine and more time and probably a bigger budget. I don't really have a problem with the voice acting. I don't have a problem with the combat system, other than a few technical torques that I mentioned. I do not have a problem with the skills, the crafting. I don't have a problem with the blocking, that's for sure. I love how blocking is such an efficient mechanic in this game. I don't have a problem with the customization of the armor sets and the weapons. They put a lot of effort in making different designs for all these swords and maces and hammers and axes. And even when you customize it, it adds different accents and pieces to it. I like that. See, look at all this stuff. I love how each one of these not only adds a very useful stat increase to it, but, you know, it's very good. And by the way, this sentence is probably the strongest sword I have right now, and I'm thinking about upgrading it. Yeah, definitely making this my main go-to weapon. Because I can upgrade this to be like 22, 23 strength, and I think that'll be the good go-to until I can find one significantly better than any of the other swords that I have on me. But I really like what they did with that. They did such a good job with this. Every once in a while, even if you find a terrible game, every once in a while you can find a redeeming factor in it. You know, and sometimes you don't have to look very hard. It's just a shame that that one factor does not save the game. I mean, no one element ever does. Some common examples I like to think is, like I said, Army of 240th Day I thought was a terrible game overall, much less a terrible sequel to a game that had potential, but, big but, it had a fantastic gun customization system. That was fantastic. I would love to see other games have that. That was fantastic. It doesn't save that game though. Alpha Protocol, the best conversation system I have ever seen. I would love to see that be a mainstream mechanic in nearly every RPG. This RPG, Dragon Age, which are all of them included. I would love to see the way that Alpha Protocol, the way they approached it, do that. But again, that didn't save the game. Also, that nightclub fight in the game, probably I had the most fun and entertainment in that one. It was challenge, it was fun, it was crazy. I love that fight. Also, that song they played was great. Turn Up the Radio, that was great. Which I think was a track from Grand Theft Auto 3, I want to say. Anyway, I went up the stairs and I saw there was definitely a new type of enemy. It's this, it's another one of those fat guys, but he's like oozing purple energy. So he's like those big greatsword guys, see? Who hit like a truck. Yep, there he is. So he's a special new enemy. Okay, looks like he's giving off an aura. Whoa! Okay, there's something wrong here. Okay, I almost killed myself. Deadwalker Blacksmith. Alright, so he's like a mini-boss. There's something very wrong here. When I hit him... Let me confirm this one more time. Yep. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but when I hit him, I take damage as well. Something is... That's an interesting effect that he has there. I could potentially kill myself if I'm not careful. I'm glad I brought a healer, but she's being overwhelmed right now. You basically need... This is kind of like a war of attrition. You need to get rid of him first. Yeah, every time you hit him, you take damage. And it's not even an equal 1 per 1. He's constantly hitting you with damage back pretty heavily. Darn, Sybil went down. Alright, he's down. Good. I can concentrate on the rest of these guys. Go figure, it's 3 of these very pesky deadly archers. Oh my god, see how fast they can just end you? That's me with my best upgraded armor too. I would certainly have been dead if I was going in here with basic equipment. You have to basically keep your guard up. When your guard's up, you can at least block arrows, even if they stagger you. It doesn't block the freezing though. Bow Eber. Is that what they were called? Bow Ebers? I also like the varying attack animations that they do in this game. There's a lot of different spins and flourishes and counters, and I like that. Alright, that got a little dicey there for a second, but we survived. There's a lot of treasure here too. I guess that makes it worth it. I wonder what's up here. Could be secret chests. Let's see. Oh, it looks like another area. Alright. Not gonna go ahead yet. Let me start looting here. And there's a lot of these dead elves everywhere. I think getting a side quest won't be a problem at this pace. Alright, got that gear. Okay, let me finish up looting here, and I am going to pause here for next time. So once again, thanks so much for watching me on this adventure. Feel free to subscribe and follow for more daily videos of Bound by Flame with me, Oni Black Mage. Thanks for giving me a view, and I would appreciate it if you can just give a comment and a thumbs up. And I will catch you guys next time. So thanks for watching. Bye.